your Saturday morning workout for you. We have some partner fun planned for you. So if you can, find somebody who's willing to take the bait and work out with you. You'll have a good time together. This workout is full of simple movements that the fun is really in the back and forth between the partners in the work-rest intervals here. So if you wanted to get somebody into it who doesn't normally do CrossFit, you should be able to get them to do these movements pretty easily. You could always teach them a deadlift instead of a kettlebell swing because that can be a little tricky to teach. Okay, that said, Saturday workout is a 40-minute AMRAP. Minutes 1 through 10, you're going to go I go, you go by round. 11 through 20, I go, you go by movement. And then 21 through 30, back to by round. And then 31 to 40, I go, you go by movement. And the workout is a 100-meter row, or run, or 10 jumping jacks, 20 single unders, 10 double unders, 20 mountain climbers, or 10 reverse mountain climbers, which is a movement I'll show you in just a little bit. That 100-meter row is going to take under 30 seconds, so that's what I'm looking for when you trade it out for another movement. Something that's under 30 seconds, but that gets your heart pumping. Next is 10 swings. I didn't say kettlebell swings because if you have a dumbbell that you can swing, you're welcome to do that. Another object that you think you can make work for that, go for it. If you don't have something to swing, switch it to a deadlift and work with that. 10 box jumps or step-ups, 10 push-ups, and then 10 sit-ups. So like I said, simple movement. The magic of this workout is in the work, rest, work, rest. You're gonna work really hard, rest hard, work really hard, rest hard. So it should be high intensity that whole 40 minutes. When it's not your turn, you should be glad that it's not your turn. That's how hard you're working. All right, quick going over those movements. Hopefully you don't need me to show you how to row or run, right? Single unders, double unders, if you're doing those, you should know how. Mountain climbers. Look like that. Reverse mountain climbers. Find whichever way is comfortable for your hands, either this way or with them turned around backward. Put yourself into a reverse plank, and then you're going to pull your knees high. My yoga mat is slipping out from under me. All right, so reverse plank, pull the knee up. To do that movement, I'm driving my heels into the ground, squeezing my butt to stay up, somewhat up off the mat, and they're a little harder than regular mountain climbers, so I put in 10 of those instead of 20. Kettlebell swings. All right, you're gonna see me when I'm hinged and not when I'm not hinged. Start with that kettlebell in front of you, feet wide, hike, and squeeze. I halfway didn't decide if I was setting it down or if I was doing another there. That was a little awkward. Box jumps or step-ups. I have this pretty new box that my husband built. Make sure on your step-up, you step all the way up tall and open your hip up fully. Push-ups. Chest to ground if you need to. Go to your knees and then pop up. Or do the movement fully from your knees. Another way to adjust that one would be to use your box or whatever it is you're stepping on to take some of the weight off. So you could do your push-ups. If I had room for my feet, I could do my push-ups here. That way, I still have to hold myself in a plank position, but it's a little bit lighter load. Another thing you could sub in would be a floor press. And then sit-ups, last but not least, feel free to swap in your favorite core movement here if you don't want to do a regular ab mat sit-up. Okay, pretty simple. The fun is in the movement today, working with your partner and moving fast. I will be right back with your warm-up. All right, one last thing about this workout today. If you don't have a partner to do this workout with, it doesn't mean you can't do this workout. what I'd like you to do is do your first round and time yourself, see how long it takes you, and then round that to the nearest easy number to work with. So if it took you 1:45, you can choose to round that up to 2 minutes because you're probably going to slow down. So you would work 2 minutes, take 2 minutes off. If it took you 1:30, great. Work 1:30, take 1:30 off. Those of you who I know hate the rest period, you could cut it down to a minute rest in between rounds if you wanted. But the intention is that you work really hard and rest and recover and work really hard. We're working that heart rate up and down. So don't just keep slogging through the whole thing. Then when you get to the portion, minutes 11 through 20, when it's supposed to be I go, you go by movement, set your clock to let you work for 30 seconds and rest for 30 seconds. So you're gonna set your clock for 10 minutes of 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, and just keep moving down the movement. So if in the first 30 seconds, I get through the 100-meter row and 2 kettlebell swings, I rest 30 seconds, and when it beeps again, I just pick back up and do the remaining 8 kettlebell swings and move on to the step ups. See what I mean? So you'll just keep picking your way through it, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. This is totally doable with the same stimulus without a partner. You have fun with this one. And have a great weekend. All right, I'm back with your warm-up for Saturday. Here's what I have for you. Keeping it simple with your warm-ups lately so you don't have to come back and stare at your computer too much. We're gonna lunge walk for 10 steps. In your lunge walk, trade off between reaching high with a Samson stretch. So you get in your lunge, reach up like this, and between that and going into a long lunge, bringing your elbow down and twisting. Both of those movements are great to do. So in your 10 steps, trade off between them. Ankle grabs. So this one wakes up core and makes us use our balance while we give our glute a little stretch. 10 reps of ankle grabs. Shoulder taps. Plank position. 10 reps there. Hugs. All right, so you would do these standing up, but because where my video camera is, I'm gonna show you sitting down. This is literally opening up wide, cause a little bit of a dynamic stretch here in your pectorals, and reach around and hug yourself. I want you to give yourself 20 hugs. They look silly, but they feel great. Also, another one of my favorites that looks silly but feels great. This guy. I didn't throw that in the warm-up, but you can do some if you want. All right, after hugs, I have dead bugs. Hugs to dead bugs. Lie yourself down on the ground. Arms up, legs up, core engaged. Focus on pushing your back into the ground as you reach high and kick out with the opposite hand. Now, I said kick, but that is definitely meant to be slow and controlled, thinking about your core. Can you turn your seatbelt muscles on that keep everything buttoned in tight around your core as you extend the arm and the leg? If you can't and your back is popping up, shorten the range of motion or just do legs separately and then just do arms. And my last thing in your warm-up is the pump stretch. Down dog, into up dog. And I have it on there to do that. Well, I guess I didn't put a number. I want you to do it 10 times. It's a great stretch, and sometimes I think we rush through it. So I think 2 rounds of that warm-up and you'll probably be good and ready to go for the day. Enjoy this workout.